Hey, what's happening everyone? My name is Alex and welcome back. For this camera comparison, we have the latest phone from Apple, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and one of the best phones from Huawei, the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. So for this recording, I'm using the front-facing cameras on both devices and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. As always, throughout this video, we're gonna see a bunch of daytime pictures. We have ultra-wide pictures, we have portrait mode pictures, we have some zoom pictures. After those, we're gonna move on and see some sample videos and of course some nighttime pictures using the night modes on both devices. And with that being said, I want to start by checking out some portrait mode pictures, and just before we do that, make sure to press that like button. So let's see those portrait mode pictures. Alright, so after checking the portrait mode pictures that I took with these two phones, I have to say the pictures do look pretty similar. I mean, the colors are kind of the same, the edge detection is almost the same. So kind of hard to choose the right one. But if I would have to choose one, I think I would choose the Huawei P40 Pro Plus because it tends to retain the colors of our faces a bit better than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But which ones do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the pictures taken by this phone or by the iPhone? Definitely leave a comment down below and let me know. Alright, next we're moving on to some zoom pictures, and for zoom pictures first I've done 5x zoom, and for 5x zoom both devices are using a combination of digital and optical zoom. But for these pictures I find that the iPhone 12 Pro Max does better in every single picture, mostly because the pictures are sharper, so you can read the text better. Next, for our second set of zoom pictures, I've done 10x zoom. And here the Huawei P40 Pro Plus uses optical zoom, where the iPhone, of course, a combination of optical and digital zoom. And for these pictures, I feel that the Huawei does better in every single picture, but that was to be expected since we have optical zoom. Moving on to pictures that I took with the ultra-wide lenses on the back of these two devices. Well, first of all, the first thing you're gonna notice is how much wider the field of view from the pictures taken by the iPhone is compared to the pictures that you take with the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. So if you want wider pictures, there is really no comparison, the iPhone will do better. Looking at those pictures, the pictures from the iPhone also seem to be a bit sharper, but the colors are a bit more saturated. So I feel that the Huawei does a bit better retaining the original colors in those pictures. But overall, if I would have to choose one for the ultra-wide lens, I still think I would choose the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But which ones do you guys prefer? The pictures from the Huawei or the pictures from the iPhone? Once again, leave a comment and let me know. Moving on to pictures that I took with the main lenses. Well, here the differences aren't that big, and some of the pictures taken by the iPhone are better, some from the Huawei P40 Pro Plus are better. So kind of difficult to say which one takes better pictures with the main camera. Sharpness wise, the same. In some pictures the dynamic range is better from the Huawei, in some from the iPhone. So for the main camera, I feel that they are both doing really good, and I can't really say that one is better than the other. But once again, leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the pictures taken by the main lenses. Next, we're gonna move on and check out some pictures that I took at night, of course, with the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. So both devices support a night mode for the main lens and the ultra-wide lens. And we're starting with the pictures taken with the ultra-wide lens. And here I have to say that the Huawei does better in every single picture, mostly because all the pictures are sharper and a bit brighter. But then the colors in the pictures taken by the Huawei P40 Pro Plus don't look that appealing. They look very flat. So I feel that most people actually prefer the colors from the iPhone 12 Pro Max for those pictures taken by the ultra-wide lens, and I actually prefer those colors as well. So the picture quality is better from the Huawei, but the colors are better from the iPhone for that ultra-wide lens. Moving on to pictures that I took with the main cameras on the back of these two devices, well, here I find that the Huawei actually does better than the iPhone. Most pictures are sharper and also a bit brighter in some situations. Now, the iPhone, when you take pictures with the iPhone, it takes the iPhone about 2 or 3 seconds to take a picture. But when you take a picture with the Huawei, it takes about, I don't know, 5 to 7 seconds to take a picture. So that may be a factor as well. So I feel that for the main camera and the night mode, the Huawei P40 Pro Plus will do better than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But what do you guys think? Which ones do you prefer? Do you prefer the ones from the iPhone or the ones from the Huawei? Once again, leave a comment and let us know. And we're gonna move on and check out some sample recordings that I've done with these two devices. And I have to say I was quite surprised to see that the image stabilization from pretty much all the videos that I've recorded was better from the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. I was actually expecting it to be better from the iPhone, but no, the iPhone doesn't do that great for image stabilization. For video quality and talking about the main lens, I feel that the iPhone 12 does better. The videos are a bit sharper and they have a better overall quality. But for the ultra-wide lens, I feel that the Huawei P40 Pro Plus does better than the iPhone. As for nighttime recordings, I feel that the main camera on the iPhone does a bit better. Sound-wise, I don't know. If you talk in front of the Huawei, the sound is better. If you talk behind it, it's not as good, I found. So let's watch those recordings and I will be right back. Alright, this is our first video test between the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. For this recording, I'm using the main lenses on the back of the two devices and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. So we're gonna walk slow this way. I'm gonna stop somewhere around here. We'll pan left slowly. And back right. And I'm also gonna do a bit of a running test so you can see how the image stabilization on these two devices would look like if you're recording with the main lens and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. So I'm gonna go running this way. We'll keep going until we get somewhere around here. So I'm gonna stop somewhere around here. Once again, we'll pan left slowly. And back right. So yeah, this is how recording would look like if you're using the main lens and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second with the iPhone 12 Pro Max and of course the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. We are moving on to our second daytime recording between the iPhone 12 Pro Max and of course the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. For this recording I'm doing 4K at 30 frames per second once again, but I'm using the ultra-wide lenses on both devices. So we'll see which one has better image stabilization while using this lens. So we're gonna go this way. I'm walking as fast as I can so you can see how the image stabilization does basically. We'll walk towards that seagull there. Unfortunately, it's not that sunny today, so it took off. But we do with what we have, I guess. So yeah, this is how the ultra-wide lenses on the back of these two devices and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second would look like. Of course, the field of view on the iPhone 12 Pro Max is also much wider from what I'm seeing on the screen here. Alright, next we have a quick recording in low light between the Huawei P40 Pro Plus and of course the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now for this recording I'm using the main lens on the iPhone and the ultra-wide lens on the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. I know some of you aren't gonna agree with this, but the ultra-wide lens on the Huawei is the better low-light lens for this device, where the main lens on the iPhone 12 Pro Max is the better lens for low-light. So that's why I'm using it like this. But after this I'm gonna show you the main lens on both devices. So yeah, this is how a recording in low light in 4K at 30 frames per second between these two devices would look like. For our second recording in low light, I switched to the ultra-wide lens on both devices, but now as you can probably see for yourself, the image is not that bright from the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The iPhone 12 Pro Max doesn't do that great with the ultra-wide lens. So that's why I was showing you the other recording before. So this is how the ultra-wide lenses on both these devices would look like if you're recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. And for this recording I switched to the main lens on the Huawei P40 Pro Plus and the main lens on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So now we have a fair comparison, if I may say. So I'm not sure which one is better. They both kind of look similar, just looking at the screens here. I'm gonna go closer to the water here. We're gonna pan left slowly. So yeah, I'm recording in 4K at 30 frames per second once again. So this is how low light recordings would look from these two devices. So what do you guys think? Which one has better video quality, the Huawei P40 Pro Plus or the iPhone 12 Pro Max? Definitely leave a comment and let us know. Alright, we are moving on to selfies. Well, for daytime selfies, I feel that the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the iPhone 12 Pro Max does better for all the daytime selfies because my face has more details, where with the Huawei pictures we almost get like a filter over my face and it kind of smoothens out my face a bit. As for nighttime selfies, once again the iPhone 12 Pro Max does a bit better because that night mode on it works better than the night mode we actually have on the Huawei. It almost feels like the Huawei doesn't actually do anything when you take a selfie with that night mode. So there you have it, the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the Huawei P40 Pro Plus. The names are becoming quite confusing. So once again, leave a comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to press that like button if you did like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.